Hey everyone, welcome to We Let the Dogs Out Dog Training. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about potty training. What are the things you should be doing to set your dog up for success and to ensure that they do their business outside instead of having accidents in the house, especially as they get older? Usually when you get a dog from a breeder especially, you get them around 8 to 10 weeks. And when you get them from rescues, they could be, they could be a 6-month-old puppy. And that could be a little bit more challenging depending on their cycles, how many times they're having accidents, especially if they're a rescue. Every dog's different, but usually just to kind of start from the very beginning, if you're getting them from 8 to 10 weeks, even if you get them from rescue, that makes things a little bit easier because they're a clean slate. So you can kind of set them up for success. Even when they're older puppies, you can still potty train them. So with potty training, let's just we're starting from the beginning. They're in the morning, they're waking up in the morning. The first thing you want to do in the morning is take them out to the bathroom. Take them outside, have them on leash, supervise it, mix up sometimes, don't always take them in the backyard. Also take them on walks, kind of set that routine up. And when they do their business outside, whether pee or poop, be there with them, have high value treats. Don't use kibble. Kibble's for feeding, treats are for training. So you're going to reward them for them doing their business outside. So you're going to use a verbal marker to reward them for that behavior. So the verbal marker is going to be yes. So anytime they pee, poop, say yes, you give them a treat. It doesn't have to be a very big piece, something really small, especially for puppies. You don't want to give them a really big treat. You want that small piece of treat. They'd be high value because I've seen some clients who are giving their dogs like this really big, massive treat. And you don't need to reward them for something so big, like a big piece of treat. When working with them, keep it smaller, especially for puppies. You don't want to overfeed them because you're going to be treating them a little bit more frequently every time they do their business outside. So I think it's important you can use the backyard sometimes. Don't always rely on that because you don't want your dog to be a backyard peer and pooper. So take them on walks. Walks is a part of dog's life, that enrichment. It's good to have them explore things outside and not to get them you want them to be exposed to different things besides just going to the backyard. They're puppies, they're social by nature, so it's good to expose them to things in duration. Don't overexpose them, but it's important to at least set a routine with them. So when they wake up, take them outside. When they come back inside, you feed them. Puppies are going to need to sleep quite often too. They need to sleep, just kind of decompress and unwind from everything. So when they come back in, feed them. Usually after they feed, you want to take them out maybe 15 minutes after, maybe 30 minutes, give or take. Every dog's different. So kind of, not every dog's the same. So, but generally the rule of thumb is 15 minutes, maybe longer, but not too long. As they get older, the bladder is going to get a lot stronger over time. So then you can start creating that longer duration apart from when they need to actually go outside. But usually when they're that young, take them out 15 minutes after. I come back in and kind of set a routine up. Anytime your dog wakes up, they're going to need to go outside right away. After the feed, they're going to need to go outside 15 minutes, maybe an hour, give or take as time goes on. Then you can increase that duration. Anytime you play with them, they get overstimulated, they're definitely going to need to relieve themselves outside as well. When they get overexcited, that happens. Sometimes they get overexcited and they have a little excited pee on the floor. That's okay. So just keep in mind, anytime they have an accident, don't punish them for that. Don't make a big deal. Don't even verbal reprimand them for that. Don't say their name in a negative way because they'll remember that. And we don't want to punish your dog for doing their business inside. It happens. They're trying to figure things out and trying to learn it. So it's important to shape those behaviors and also reward them when they do something really good. It's not their fault. They don't have that control over their bladder. So you have to provide them that guidance when to do their business outside. Let's talk about pee pads. What should you do about pee pads? Pee pads are not a great tool to rely on. There's some better alternatives than pee pads, but you're going to use them for different specific reason. So there will be some fake turf grass that you can use, and you can use that in a long-term confinement. So if you're going to be gone throughout the day, you're going to perhaps use that in a long-term confinement where they have a playpen, they have crate, they have access to the water, their toys. So there'll be a fake turf type grass, and you can get those at most pet stores. Much better option than pee pads. Pee pads confuses dogs, and I see some owners who use them. They have pee pads everywhere throughout their whole house, which could be quite problematic, and that's not going to teach them to do their business outside. They're going to rely solely on that. So if they see something very similar to that surface, they're going to want to pee on that. So with the long-term confinement, use that when you're going to be gone for longer periods of time, 5+ hours, especially for puppies. You don't want to leave them alone for too long in the beginning because they're going to need to relieve themselves. So this is when you can use something like that for that. For those longer periods, for a short period of their life. As they get older, I still don't like to even leave my older dog more than 5 hours. I would never leave them 8 hours. That's hard for dogs. So I kind of set them up for success, or I make sure someone can take my dog out if I'm not home in time, so I don't max out that period where I know he's going to be holding it longer. And I don't want them to have bladder control problems where he's going to develop a UTI because he's been holding in for too long without having an accident. If they have an accident house, no big deal. Clean up. Take them outside first. Come back in after, clean up when they do this. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give a like and maybe drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts on this. If there's anything you guys like to hear more about in terms of dog training, if it's potty training, resource guarding, reactivity, let me know. And that's it for today. I'm going to post a video hopefully next week. I'm going to try and keep getting these videos out. I know it's been a while since I posted some videos, so I'm going to try and pump out way more content and different content now. Let me know your guys' thoughts.